Hello and welcome back to Jack's FSX videos. Today I'm going to be doing an unbelievably short flight for this size of aircraft. It's from Heathrow, London Heathrow to Cardiff, which is capital of Wales. This was a video request, and before I get right into the video, I'd just like to say sorry about the frame rate of this bit. I am speaking as this is playing, but sorry about the frame rate because you know this airline takes up just like loads of your RAM, and there's literally like none left for frame rate or anything. So it is a little bit touchy, as you can see, but hopefully it'll be okay until we just get out of the airport. It's because FSX obviously is a 32-bit program, so it's limited to 4 GB of RAM. So this airport, as you can see, has got a lot going on. So it pretty much uses up all of that. So this was a video request, and it's sort of a video request challenge, if you know what I mean. Just while I'm talking, I'm going to get ATC going, because as you'll see right here on ATC, this is set up for a VFR, not an IFR. That is because hold on, which way are we going? We're going west, aren't we? That is because the video request or challenge thing was to basically fly the entire flight without using any autopilot whatsoever, and they asked for a 747, so I just thought I'll use the British Airways livery because it's in the UK. Plus, I don't think I've used this aircraft actually at all, really, on this channel. I must have used it surely at some point, but not that I can remember. So we're just going to say yes to taxi, whatever. I was hoping we'd already be at the right runway, because I literally just clicked on active runway, but we are not. So I'm just going to jump over there in a second. I won't taxi over there, so I won't bore you with that. But I think we're pretty much good to go. So yeah, I'll see you there in a second. Okay, so we're now just arriving at the other runway, runway 9 right. So we're just coming past, obviously here, the Terminal 5, Concourse B here. And then we just head over and take off. So yeah, like I said, this is sort of like a challenge video, kinda. Because, you know, the reason I'm not calling it a challenge video is because, like, it is obviously possible. It's not really that much of a challenge. But it is obviously certainly different to what I would usually go on this channel, and a lot different to what pilots do. Obviously in real life, you know, they would never, a commercial pilot, fly the entire flight themselves, you know. So it's definitely different, but I'll definitely do it. So just here now, pretty much. So let's see if we can request for takeoff. We can. So just wait. Yes, clear for takeoff. Right, go on. A bit slow to respond, the engines on this aircraft. See, the thing I'm actually kind of like thinking is that I've got to try and climb to 19,000. That's our cruising altitude today. 19,000. I've got to try and stay there at 19,000 whilst also making sure my speed is correct. Oh gosh, acknowledge that, yeah. And then make sure I'm going in the right direction. So should be fine, I guess. So, I mean, even light aircraft, you know, just pilots that go out for fun or whatever, in like a 4-seater plane even use autopilot, most of them, you know. But like, I've been told to try and treat this as a commercial flight, you know. So obviously I have got to stay level. As for like, even like I was saying, those pilots who just go out for fun, even if they don't use the autopilot, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because, you know, they don't necessarily have to maintain a certain altitude. I have to. ATC is going to tell me, maintain 19,000. You know? Speed's not that big a deal in terms of ATC, but you still have to do it in real life. Why is this thing going so slow? Come on. This aircraft's from Just Flight, by the way, if you're interested in it. I got it ages ago, but I just keep thinking I must have used it. I definitely used it in a in episode 10 of the Just Flight series, but I wasn't given it then. I already had it, so I don't know. Right, so We are almost lined up here. I think we're good to go. Right. Here we go, full throttle. I don't even know how to use half the stuff in this aircraft though, to be honest. I really don't. It's such an old aircraft, because it's the 747-200/300 package. As for the Dash 400 aircrafts are used nowadays. See, look, that frame rate is not good. It's not even good right now. But once we get in the air, hopefully it should be okay. Let's get going. Up in the air. We're up. Positive rate. Gear up. Okay, looks like we're off. Oh, that's a bit zoomed in. Yep, we are up and away. Let's tune departure. There's Heathrow behind us. Again, sorry about the frame rate. Hey, all my lights have gone off. Must have nudged the L button. Just gonna fix that up. There we go. Right, so what are ATC telling us? Yeah, we need to request a flight following so that we know where we're going and stuff. Should probably start reducing my throttle down a bit now so we don't go into overspeed. Yeah, frame rate's getting a little bit better now. Right, Heathrow departure, yeah, that's what we want. Acknowledge the squat code. Okay, or not. Got the right rate of incline, so that's good. Eight miles east of Heathrow, 5,100, altimeter 29902. Okay, oh my god, let me acknowledge radar contact. I'm pretty sure I need to be going the other way, so this would be useful if I could get this done. Right, where's the GPS? Because this is what we're going to need to follow. I've never done this before. In, like, absolutely no autopilot. I've always used, like, at least altitude minimum when I go on, like, these full flights. But usually I'm using the whole stuff. Right, so let's swing it around. Okay. Up in the clouds now. There's Heathrow behind us. As soon as we go into look around at Heathrow, the frame rate just drops. That's expected. So, don't know how long this flight would take. I'm pretty sure it's not even a commercial flight. The only instance I know of a flight like this was when I watched a program actually about a British Airways 747 that was going in for its like 6-year repair. Like they do, like they check over all of their aircraft every 6 years or something like that. And they had to fly this aircraft, a 747, from Heathrow to Cardiff. That's the only instance I know of a flight as close to this as you can get. DXB. Isn't that Dubai? Or is that DBX? Oh, I've got to keep turning, keep turning. Right, contact London Centre. Bet they've never had a 747 on a VFR before, but, you know, it's happening, so. Right, so how we doing then? We're at 12,000. We're just gonna creep up a little bit more to get to the 19,000. So GPS, so we've got to still keep turning. Long way to turn, we've got to do a whole 180. And we've got to keep climbing. Don't know if I'll cut this flight or not. I don't think I'll need to because it's quite a short flight. It would have been even quicker if I could go out the other way, like I thought we were when I was at runway 27 right. FSX lied to me when they said that was the active runway. Come on. So that's 16,000. I'm never going to be able to make this aircraft stay at 19,000 the whole way. There's going to, I mean, I'll obviously be able to go approximately in it within maybe 500 feet, I'd say, is the target for me. But even then, I think just at some point in this journey, I'm going to get distracted or whatever, or I'm not going to be looking at it, and I'll just completely go over it or go right under it or something. But that's okay, because it is a VFR. It's not like I'm following an IFR flight plan trying to do VFR. You know, I've told ATC I'm doing a VFR, so they're not going to like bug me with my altitude or whatever, which is good. Which I actually thought they were at the start, and then I remembered after we taking off that they don't do that on a VFR. Been pretty smooth though so far. Except for the fact that my the yokes, I mean, look at them, they do that all the time. Oh, there we go, I've skeggied them. But look, I'm not even moving it right now, and they do flicker like that for some reason. I think it's the joystick. I do want to get a better joystick. I mean, usually I use my yoke, but I actually kind of prefer the joystick. It's easier to use, easier to fly with. But I do want to get like a proper joystick, because this one is pretty cheap. I think it was only about £40 or something, which for a joystick and the ones that you can get, it's pretty cheap. Let's have another look outside the aircraft. There's Anglia Airport, EGTH, no idea where that is. There we go. Alright, let's go back in, because we've gone past the 19,000. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we're near it, that's why I was going to go back in. We've gone past it, so let's just level out. I mean, this is close enough. Let's just stay just about level. I'm going to reduce the throttle back just a little bit more. So, how are we doing? Yeah, I think I will cut this video, because it will actually take quite a while. But, you can trust me that I'm gonna stay on VFR and not use any of the autopilot, because like I said, I don't really know how to use it. I mean, I could give it a go, you know, like course heading. Where's altitude? Oh, there's the altitude. Yeah, it's probably actually pretty straightforward. It's just because I've never done it. That's why I said can't do it, because I've never done it. But I'm sure it's pretty easy. You just turn that up, flick that on. Where's the autopilot master switch though? I don't know. What's this switch? Never seen this one before. Heading hold off. Don't know. I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out. Oh, there we go. Overspeed. Bring it back a little bit more. Thought that would happen at some point. Alright, so we're almost on the course now. We're almost there. We're just coming past Heathrow. There it is, just there. See, it would have been so much easier if I just came out runway 27 right. Should have probably just done that, actually. But I know some people would not be happy in the comments. They'd be like, oh no, you weren't following ATC. But you know, if I'm not, this isn't exactly meant to be a realistic flight, is it? Like, I hate it when people do that. They just comment below, like, oh, you didn't do this and that. But if I'm not doing any of the other stuff, then it's clearly not meant to be a realistic flight. I mean, I've done realistic flights, you know, I've done ones where I try to be as realistic as possible. But on some episodes, like this one, this is not meant to be realistic. I can't make it realistic because I can't use autopilot, and that is certainly not realistic. Come on, I've reduced that throttle down loads. It's like about 30% now. Oh, look at all of that. I don't think any of those buttons work. It all looks like just like a picture. Yeah. Oh, jeez, what have I done? Where am I? Oh, I clicked on world cam. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't think any of those work. None of those work. None of that obviously works. But all these ones up here will do. Let's get down a little bit. And look, all my scenery's just gone. It's just gone, basically. There's nothing there. There we go. Well, the resolution went really bad when it flicked over to that world cam. There we go, it's back to normal now. Just about. Still got to reduce that down. I'm down to 20% now on throttle. It's still over speed. Where even is my speed on this aircraft? Is that it there? 377? Yeah. Okay, so it is a little bit too high. It's still increasing. I'm going to reduce it down to 10 actually, because we do need to descend. We're now at 21,000, just under. So I'm going to reduce it right down to about 5%. And then once we get to the same altitude, I'll pretty much just keep it there. Right, we're just going to make a turn over to the right now, just to pretty much line up with that purple line there. Or pink. I can't even tell what that is. I have had a lot of comments about this where I say it's pink or something and people are like, no, it's purple. If I say it's purple, they're like, no, it's pink. I actually don't even know. Like, is that pink or purple? It's like dead on in between. To be honest, I would say it's a little bit more pink, I'd say, then. If I really look at it. But then, as soon as I think purple, it just looks purple again. Yeah, I'd say pink. That's what I'm going to go for. But you can still disagree if you want to. And comment if you want to. Alright, there we go. So about 150 on this aircraft is deemed to be not over speed. It's about the same for every aircraft though. But they do vary slightly. So let's just make sure. I can actually already see Cardiff. That's how close it is. Because this bit here, if you can just about see that, that's like a river there, and then it goes out into like a channel, and it's called the Bristol Channel, like the whole bit down there. I don't know if it like changes name as you get higher, like further out. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But yeah, it just turns into a river, which actually is called the River Severn. Not seven as in the number, Severn with an R. And that's River Severn, I think, is the second longest or longest in the UK. Can't actually remember now. I think it might be the longest. But it actually comes quite close to where I live, within a few miles. There you go, some British geography for you. Okay then, so I'm pretty much just gonna cut it any second now. I'm just gonna make sure I'm right round. And I'll come back as soon as we need to begin our descent. Which hopefully ATC is going to tell me, because I'm never really good at predicting that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, guys. Don't worry. There we go. Pretty much just lined up there. Oh, don't want that. So, yep, there is the River Severn just coming up here. The Bristol Channel all here. And Cardiff's just behind those clouds, basically. I think it is. Anyway, it's like... Actually, I think it's about there. Because if I remember correctly, it goes round and then there's like a sudden sort of cut in with right after a place called Barry, which I only know from a TV program, Gavin and Stacey. But there's like a place called Barry there, and then just after that it like suddenly cuts in. I think that's that bit there, and then it's Cardiff, like right there. And I think there's a place called like Penarth or something near there as well. I don't know. Let me know if you're from Wales or south of Wales. Let me know if I was right there, but yeah, there you go. So that's it for this part of the video, and we're just now going to cut to landing. Okay, so we are now just getting close now. So we can select Cardiff there. I do think I have started to descend, as you can see, because I did think we were getting quite close. As you can see, it's just there for basically how high we are for how close it is. So descending about 3,000 feet, but we're just contacting them now because it did only just come on a few seconds ago. So we're going runway 30. So what? That's the southern runway, isn't it? Must be 300 degrees. It's got to be right. So I'm pretty sure we've got to make our own entry, basically. So my idea is that we're basically gonna head on past it, give it like a circle round, and then come in, because that is the runway 30. It's got to be. So that's basically my thoughts. Disagree if you want to. So we're just going to bring the throttle right down to the idle, pretty much. It's just above. And begin our descent down. So let's just pop out here. So if we can see the airport. There it is. So we're landing there, basically. Or hopefully. So, beginning the descent. Got a very slight decline, or nose down. Just a couple degrees. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about here. This is like all called the Bristol, the Bristol Channel. And then as it goes up there, like at that point or something, or maybe further, it then turns into the River Severn. Yeah, don't know what that river there is. Doesn't look like it lasts long, but there you go. But yeah, there is Cardiff Airport. But I'm pretty sure Cardiff's this is Cardiff here. Pretty sure this is Cardiff, and Cardiff Airport's way over there. And Barry is like here, like there-ish. I don't know. Don't know what that airport over there is. Actually, do I? So I think that's a military airport now, if I remember correctly. I think it is. I know more about South Wales than I think. Right, so we're just coming up to cloud level, which is something like 8,000. Yeah, so we're at 12,000. So we'll be there soon. And despite my throttle being on about 2%, I'm still increasing speed because of my 4-degree nose pitch going, I'd say. Right, yeah, so like I said, we're just going to head on straight and then like spin it around like that. So this should be interesting. Yeah, okay. Looks fine to me. I'll just program an approach anyway, just to be absolutely sure. Load, activate. Yeah, it's definitely that way. That is what I thought. Oh, gotta keep descending, getting distracted here. So I'm just going to begin a very slight turn. Very slight turn. So here it is from Cardiff, EGFF. I think that's Cardiff anyway. I assume it's the closest. Which is there. There we go. Yeah, so British Airways, or whatever company fixes up British Airways aircraft, have got like a massive couple of warehouses, like warehouse-sized buildings, like airport. Yeah, what they're called? They got a name, haven't they? Hangars, that's it. They've got like massive hangars here, and this is where they get like loads of their planes checked up on like a 6-yearly basis. I think it's 6 years anyway. Not like a stranger, this airport, to British Airways, or this aircraft. This aircraft of like all different sizes land here. Talking about the A380 though, I don't know if it could land and take off here. Obviously the 747 can. Right, I'm just going to bring a little bit more of a bigger turn there. I think I'm going to maintain about this altitude until we sort of swing round and line up with it, because I don't think we need to be much lower than this. So we're at 326 knots. I'm just increasing the throttle now a little bit more, because that's going to continue to go down. See, there's a point. I didn't make sure I was below 250 knots, below 10,000 feet, which I should have done. But I'm only increasing the throttle now because I know that it's still going to keep going down, even if I increase it up to about 10%. Just so we don't go too low. So I don't want to go too far below that 250 knots, because we are still descending very slightly, I think. Are we? Oh no, we're climbing very slightly. Go on that. I'm just going to push the nose down a little bit more. Yeah, we are descending. Oh, that's right. I don't know why I said that. We are descending, so we're okay. Is it me, or am I? Because it looked like I'm very close to the ground. Like it looks like I'm lower than 5,000 feet right now. But the thing is, I've got to keep that speed going down. It's at 300 now. Oh, let's get that thing up. Right, so we're running parallel now, are we? So we can pretty much just go straight ahead. So we're sort of running downwind now to the runway. And then we'll make our final turn up ahead. Probably at about that intersection there, that little triangle. Probably like do a turn, crossing over that, and then in to line up just before the ILS interception. Not that we're going to be intercepting it, so it shouldn't be too long, basically. Oh, I'm increasing speed again. I've got to push it down even more. I don't want to descend too much, so I'm just going to lift the nose up a little bit, just so we can lose a bit of speed, as well as trying to maintain our altitude a little bit. So because although like when you're learning FSX and stuff, although like people always tell you don't flare before landing or anything, you can lift up the nose a little bit, you know, within 5 degrees. That's absolute max, that really 5 degrees, you know, because it's not going to harm the aircraft in any way. The only reason they say that is to pretty much just make your landings look a bit more smoother and stuff, you know, that you're not lifting up your nose. But it's not really going to damage the aircraft. Well, it won't damage the aircraft, really. You know, because it's just literally lifting up your nose of the aircraft, not your own nose. Yeah, very funny joke. Right. We're almost at 250. I think we're going okay now so far for a 100% pilot flight. No computer doing anything except literally telling me information. Obviously the GPS and the altimeter and speed and stuff. So we're just swinging around now to line up with the runway. So below that 250 knots, which is what we want. I'm sure many people aren't even watching this part of the video, but if you are, let me know, because that would be interesting to know. I'm sure most of you have gotten bored. But at least it makes it more interesting for me. Instead of just clicking my mouse on all the instruments, I'm actually using the joystick to literally manually do every part of this flight, which is certainly different. Like I was saying at the beginning of the video, certainly different to what I'm usually doing. Alright, so we need to go past this river that I can see in front of me on the GPS, and go in front of me out the window for the final line up. So we're pretty much doing what I said, just going near that intersection, and then we're almost there. Let's see if we can see. No, that bar's in the way. Let's just jump outside for a second there. I don't want to do this for too long because I got to look at where I'm going and what I'm doing. Can't even see the airport from here. Nope. Pretty sure it's just over there somewhere. But, well, it is over there somewhere. I know it's over there, but can't see it. So now pretty much just going at a 90-degree angle to the runway. So I'm at about 3,000 feet. I still want to maintain this. So I've just increased the throttle a little bit to help us sort of maintain this altitude. So we're about 220 knots. Alright, so I'm just going to begin a very gentle turn. Well, I've already got a little bit of a turn. I'm just going to begin a little bit more of a turn. We are all setting to go and everything, aren't we? Because I don't want them to suddenly say you don't have permission to land or whatever. Yeah, let's just get an airport direction. Even though we know where it is, but still. 9 o'clock. 17 miles, that's what I expected. Now it's probably about 10 o'clock. Just go zoom in a little bit more now that we're getting closer. So we're just about to hit that pink line. And then we should soon see the runway in front of us, ahead of us. Any moment now. Unless we're too far away. Actually, is that it there? Oh no, there it is. Just coming into view there. You can tell because of the flash that happened. The black box that goes over the lights. If only pilots had that in real life. Just a glitch on the software. Just shows the runway pop up. Right. Almost lined up now. Gears are coming down. Looks like we're going so fast from here, from the tower, and yet so slow inside the cockpit. Oh, keep doing that. Alright. So there it is, pretty much just lined up. A little bit more to the left. There we go, glitched again. Come on, keep turning. There we go. I have been doing flaps, by the way, in case you're wondering. Right, so now we're purely, pretty much just going a visual. We don't really need the GPS, but I'm just going to keep it there. Just in case, for whatever reason. But we're at about 2,100 feet now. Which is just about right. If anything, a little bit too low, which actually now that those red lights are coming into view is what that's telling me. Don't want to go too slow. So I'm just bringing up the throttle just a little bit more again. Because like I said, I'm a little bit too low according to those red lights. Gonna take off the GPS now. So 100% visual. There we go, cleared to land. Right. What I'll do is I'll do a cockpit landing, but then I'll get an instant replay filmed and put that just after, so that you guys have got both views, depending on what you prefer. So we're now pretty much the right height, so we want to try and maintain that. I think that's 2 whites and 2 reds now. It's hard to tell from this distance. And we're pretty much dead on. You can see my yoke in front of me having like some sort of spasm, even though I'm barely moving it. So don't think that that's how I use the controller if you're a beginner or anything. That is, I don't shake it like that. Right, so let's just check. Flaps are full. Okay, speed is 200, so we need to get that a little bit further down, which is why I've just gone a little bit too high now. Just dip the nose slightly because we're allowed 7 degrees. So we're at 4, I'd say, 3 or 4 now. Altitude alert, don't you worry, I know what I'm doing. Okay, still a little bit too high. So throttle's coming right down now. There we go. Gonna lift the nose up. 3 whites and a red. This is actually quite a low glide slope, actually, now that I think about it. So we are quite low. Right, there we go. A little bit over to the left. Okay. Touchdown a little bit too early there. That's okay. That is okay. Not bad then, I'd say. You know, like the whole flight, considering it was completely visual, completely pilot. So I'll now just cut you and show you the view from exterior. It's probably pretty bad. Because you see, I didn't, just as we were touching down, I then actually just realised, oh, we've touched down. I didn't actually realise, because I forget in this aircraft that we're a whole deck higher up. So I was looking at it and I was thinking that, you know, we're still pretty high, and then we suddenly touched the ground. I was like, what? Right, contact ground. Oh, come on. Oh, parking. They've only got parking. Where are we going? Left or right? Hopefully right, because that's where the gates are. There we go, yes. Right, yeah, so like I said, good flight, I guess. But thank you for the challenge. The person who gave me that, thank you. Because it's been a long time, well, actually I think I've never even done it since I flew a full flight without using any autopilot. Don't think I've ever done that. But there we go. I've done it. I think they're the hangars over there where British Airways planes going for servicing. Man, what if there's a helicopter there? My wings would literally just have crushed that. Alright, we're going to the end there. Guess that's the only space that's big enough. So I'm pretty sure this airport doesn't like just generally house 747s. So that's probably why we are going to a parking space, not a gate. Oh, I can turn off my strobes and landing lights now. Yeah, it's interesting using this aircraft as well, though, because, like I said, I can't even remember the last time I used it. Like in a general episode, I know, like I say, I know I used it in that episode 10 of Just Flight series, but not in like anything else. So, been interesting using it. Come on, it slows down so much at the corners. Go on, just put it up to 50% for a second. No, still not having it. Come on, it's at like 40%. Look at this thing. Back down, back down. Don't want it to suddenly rush and go past. Very dramatic, the steering. I mean, look at that. It's almost like a 90-degree angle on this thing. Right, so there we are. Pretty much just there. Throttle down, brake, parking brake. Alexa is now talking again to me. Right, so that is it. Turn off all the lights there. And power off the engines. How the heck do you do that on this aircraft? I don't know, like I said, I barely ever use this, so we'll just leave them on for now. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Certainly different to what I usually do, doing a full visual flight, like I said. No autopilot. So once again, thank you for that person who requested it. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed it. And remember to go and subscribe to Tectonic, my multi-game channel, GTA, Rocket League, Euro Truck, American Truck, all sorts of games on there. Link is in the top right corner of your screen. So that's it. Once again, thank you for watching.